Oh, hello! Didn't see you there. It's only been 10 months that we set up Tim's garden. And honestly, I cannot believe how much it's grown. I really wanted to wait a full 12 months before I give you another update, but we have seen so much growth over here. I couldn't wait and I really wanted to give you a closer look. Hi everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Good things take time, and a garden is one of those things. When we first set up Tim's garden 10 months ago, it looked kind of bare, but we had some sort of vision. Like, not a really precise vision, but let's say we had inspiration. And look, I really wanted to create a nice, lush garden for Tim, pretty much just using the plants that I already have. So 10 months ago I took a whole lot of propagations from my garden and we put it into Tim's garden, and now it is looking like this. So let me quickly just insert a couple of photos of what it looked like before. I'm gonna do a more in-depth 12-month video, well, I suppose at the end of February, but today I really just wanted to show you a little bit of growth. It is also the first new video of the year, so Happy New Year to everybody. You're probably gonna see it a little bit late. You're probably gonna see it like, well, 2-3 weeks into the new year, but Happy New Year. Tim is currently not here, so I've been in charge of Bailey over the last couple of days, and spending so much time with Bailey. Come here, Bailey. And by spending so much time over here in the garden, I've really noticed how much Tim's garden has grown. And yeah, I don't want to gatekeep, so should we have a closer look? Should we have a closer look? And maybe we can do some fun chopping as well. See how we go. Alrighty, let me give you a quick pan. It's kind of annoying, we moved the umbrella. The umbrella used to not be there. It's now a little bit, maybe I should open it, huh? Let me give you a pan first and then I'll open it. Alrighty, so this is now the backyard. Oh, especially loving this Alocasia section. So this is kind of the Alocasia section. Then we're going into the palm section, but the Alocasia is also taking over the palm section. And then over here we've got the Heliconia section. We've got a little bar table, and we actually have a really cool project planned for this wall over there, so stay tuned. And over here is the seating area. Come on. Oh shit, sorry. Oh shit, sorry. Oh my god, sorry, Pingy Penny. Did you see that? Come on. Right, let me open this umbrella. Today's actually the perfect day for filming because it's a little overcast. We've had really, really sunny days. Actually quite dry for Sydney, to be honest. But very, very sunny, which is really nice. Today it's much cooler, I think maybe maybe 24 degrees, a little more humid. Yeah, the humidity was around 40% for a couple of days, which is quite unusual for Sydney, but anyway, let's see. Actually, that looks a bit nicer now, doesn't it? We don't have the umbrella in the way. So now let's have a closer look, actually. Alrighty, first of all, we've got a Strelitzia Nicolai over here. Significant increase in leaf size. I know they can get really invasive and we might run into trouble with the root system, but we're keeping a close eye on it, and if it ever gets out of hand, we're not shy of putting in some work. The reason we chose this is because it thrives in Sydney year round. It will always be lush and it will always give Tim a bit of privacy from the neighbors next door. Right next to that we've got the Heliconias and the Canna Stuttgart. Let me show you the Canna Stuttgart because that is absolutely crazy. Canna Stuttgart, I just gave him a rhizome for my garden. So this is all summer growth, and look at the size of these leaves. Definitely larger than mine. Mine, however, is potted up. Here as well. Unfortunately not that much variegation, but I think it's coming now. So the top leaves will have variegation, which is perfect because those are the ones we mainly see. There's some new shoots coming through in the back as well, but look how tall they've grown. Definitely love being in the garden, and the garden being quite nice and moist. And then next to it we've got Heliconias as well. There's 3 different types here actually. There's the yellow dancer, there is the Kawauchi, and there is the hot Rio Night. But realistically they all look the same. right now. I suppose they'll only look different once they flower. But the reason we've chosen Haloconias is so they can grow really nice and tall, really quick. They're now exceeding the fence and actually giving us a bit of privacy from the neighbors. And we're only really at the beginning of summer still. So they've got at least another 2 or 3 months to grow. But they might all go dormant again during winter. See how we go now that they're a little bit more established. But yeah, that's going to be the main advantage of the bird of paradise over the Haloconia. That bird of paradise will stay nice and green and lush all year round, so giving us more privacy over here. So giving Tim more privacy. But overall, very, very happy with this Haloconia section. This is exactly what we had planned. We just wanted it to be really nice and lush and tall. And underneath, I think we can do a bit more because we only have this, and I don't even know what it is. I think it might be some form of Tradescantia. I think Tim got it from his neighbor. But that has also absolutely exploded and really expanded, right? So that's kind of the understory to add a little bit more interest. But I think a little bit more diversity would be nice. Maybe some of the silver falls over here. I said to Timmy, maybe we could put that in the garden bed. Over here to add a pop of color, but very, very happy. So quite clearly it's all thriving really, really well. And if we're having a look closer, there's new shoots still coming out left, right. Oh, did I just snap a leaf? Oopsie, sorry, I did that. But yeah, here as well, lots and lots of new shoots coming. So this is going to explode further. Over here we've got the big bird's nest fern. That was the only plant that was already here, so we didn't plant this, but all of the leaves you can see now are new leaves from this season. They are getting very sunburned. We've had crazy sun over the last few days, so yeah, they are a little bit sun stressed, but so be it. But it provides plenty of shade for the Maranta, which is, all of these leaves are from summer. These are all summer leaves. You can see the winter leaves maybe down below still. No, not even. These are all summer leaves. So beautiful. And again, just a little understory. The goal was for it to always crawl over the edge, but we then later on decided to get a little puppy. So we had to put the puppy fence up. It's actually a guinea pig fence, but I feel like you can hardly see it. It's actually quite unintrusive and it stops Bailey. Yes, we're talking about you. Stops you from getting in the garden and causing havoc, huh? Darling? You're such a good girl. Oh, talking about Bailey protection while we're here, we have finally gotten rid of the fake grass. We now have turf over here, but the little holes, that was Bailey digging. So we now put a little like wire mesh on top to stop her from digging, hopefully, until the grass has recovered. So yeah, I think that already makes a huge difference. It doesn't look as terrible as that fake grass that we had before. This is actually a really nice angle as well from here. Okay, then let's move on. What do we have? Here's philodendron, no ID. It's grown absolutely huge. Look at this chunky growth over there. Look at it sending out all these aerial roots, and there's another one here. I do want this to find the palm, hopefully one day, but I'll let it do its own thing. The Xanadu is struggling to get through the fence. Let me help you. Oh no, let me not help you out. But yeah, that's all good. And then this back section. Okay, what have we got here? Alocasia porte over here. I think it is growing a new leaf. There, I can see that. Oh. We have a Jerry horn over here that found the fence. We've got a variegated monstera over there that is unfortunately not finding the fence. We might need to stake that up a little bit, because I really would like it to grow up and fill this corner. But that corner is hidden by the palm tree anyway. And the palm tree, oh, it's going to be hard against the glary sky, but there's so many berries up there. So, you can see them. You can see them here. So there's going to be lots of berries and lots of little palm tree seeds. So that's going to be fun picking those out of the garden. We have Canna Cleopatra over here, even in bloom, and then second shoot coming over here. The Canna Stuttgart will also bloom, but orange and quite high up, but mine hasn't bloomed yet either. Okay, over here is an Alocasia that I grew from seed. And actually, funny story, it was an Alocasia that I used to have in my garden. I had to, like 5 houses ago, I had to move out and I couldn't bring the Alocasia, so I gave it to Tim. He put it in his garden, it flowered. We took some of the seeds and I then germinated the seeds. And now I gave him some of the seedlings back for his new garden. So this plant has been with us for a long time. And because they all grew from seed, I just chucked a bunch of seeds in there. So there's many little shoots here, like heaps, probably a few too many, but that's okay. Survival of the fittest. They'll work it out. And in the back, we've got the Cebu Blue. Actually, oh my God, we've got a mojito over there as well. Let's hope the mojito finds the fence eventually. And then we've got a Cebu Blue over here. You can really see how bluish it still was down here. And now it's already going much greener, a bit sun stressed as well, and definitely something is eating it. But look at the size of the leaves that it is already growing. I mean, hello, that is crazy. And then thick stem as well, look at that. Oh, very thick stem. So this is definitely exploding, but I think we can cut some of the ugly, deformed, eaten leaves off so we can actually see the nice ones. Staghorn ferns, I think they were already here last time. They're also getting a little bit too much sun, but they came from William's studio. He had a few too many. What have we got down here? A runner of the Colocasia esculenta. We'll see lots of those. We have Brazil, a global green pothos, an Adansonii, a splendid, even with a new leaf down there, it's doing well. And the variegated Epipynum pinnatum is finally doing something too. The Sapanatum is also doing something, but not quite finding the fence yet. And this one is the medium silver, and it's sending out a runner over there. And the runner is finding the fence. I can't really get deeper in there, sorry, but I'm confident. Alrighty, then we have some random palm over here. And of course we have the stick. The stick is doing nothing, but it's been hidden by everything, so maybe Tim won't realize. He only gave me 12 months for the stick to do something, otherwise he's gonna take it out. And yeah, well, we only have 2 months left, so I'm not feeling confident. Oh well, the zebra plant over here might have gotten a little bit too much sun, oopsie. And what is popping out over here? Is that some Alocasia? No, maybe, probably. Alright, then we've got the Monstera deliciosa in the back. Have a look at this. It definitely wants to crawl along the fence, but that's still fine. I'm not mad at that. Lots of roots going into the fence. Even sent out a secondary shoot here with new leaves. But look at these most recent leaves. Huge, huh? And here. This is how hot and sunny it has been. This leaf is absolutely scorched, so we're gonna cut this. So is this one. But look at the size of this. Also gotten, I think this might have been the umbrella. Not me, but in general. But look how ginormous it's been. I can't believe it's grew this large in just one season. The Regal Shields also absolutely shooting the lights out. Have a look at those leaves. Come on, you go here. Have a look at those leaves. Wow, huh? And a lime zinger down below. Gives it a really nice pop of color. Yeah, I mean, this Colocasia is absolutely shooting the lights out. It is already, I mean, this one is still inflating, so it's a bit soft right now. This is the size of my torso. Also growing a new leaf, and look at the thickness of this stem. And then have a look at that. It's sending out runners literally in a star formation. Here, 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 here. So many runners, and we've cut off so many runners already. You can see this brown one is a runner as well. And that's leading to that Colocasia down there. Oof. One that has found the fence, the Syngonium. Very happy about that. And there's a few shoots and they're all starting to find the fence. So that's the goal with all of these other ones that we saw earlier there as well. I want them all to find the fence and then climb up. But that's probably more realistically something in year 2 that's really gonna eventuate. In year 1, we've got the Alocasias to be happy about. More of these green Alocasias I grew from seed. Yellow Dancer Heliconia over here. Another Colocasia, so pretty. They're all Like they all started off as runners and then just spread in just one season. That's absolutely crazy to me. This lime zinger is the biggest lime zinger I have ever seen. I can't believe this all grew within just one season. New leaf coming out here. There is a dubia somewhere in the back here. Yeah, there is. Oh, look at this slug. We have got to get rid of that. Ugh! I really hate slugs, guys. But look at the dubia finding the fence, climbing up here. Leaves are a little bit manky, probably eaten by the slug. But it is growing, that's the most important part. Definitely some slug damage down there. More of these crawlers, more regal shields, more new leaves on regal shields. Wow. And a blood banana here as well. That isn't doing too well. I think maybe a little bit too much sun for this one, so I might recommend a different spot for it. The Laura Petalum is doing quite okay. Another Laura Petalum doing quite nicely over here. Rosemary, cute little flowers. And I don't think I've shown you this little display yet. It's a little succulent display, some African milk tree. I have no idea what this succulent is. And then this one is a Ficus elastica that we found on the street that is also getting absolutely burnt by the sun. So we've had a little bit too much sun recently, unfortunately. But look how lush it is at the back over there. So I'm not concerned. But yeah, we wanted to fill this corner. It is a very high light corner though. So we went with some succulents. And obviously the doors are often closed. And then lastly, we still have this section over here, some frangipanis. We also found them on the street when we set it up last year. And they're finally in bloom, first blooms ever, so the propagation was successful. Some tricolor star jasmine, also looking nice. And this one has a few nice leaves. So yeah, everything is doing really well, I have to say. It's looking really lush and much better than we could have anticipated. Let me give you a quick pan of some of the indoor plants as well while we're here, because we've seen some amazing growth. Look at the dubia out in here, absolutely crazy. So well done to Timmy for growing this so nicely. The Atabapuense is in need for a chop, but that's okay because mine died last year, so I'm gonna take a piece back. The variegated Epipremnum pinnatum also growing some really beautiful summer leaves again. Look at the winter leaves compared to the summer leaves. Happy days. Variegated Monstera also growing very consistently. But it's just looking so beautiful, and it just reaches the top again, so we've got to do an extension. Oh, I think I'll need to water this a little bit. Over here, some Splendids also come off the pole. Another Splendid over here, also come off the pole. Variegated Epipremnum. There are some mealybugs here as well. Not variegated, Cebu Blue, sorry, Cebu Blue. Adansonii, Florida over here. And over here is going to be a ginormous, glorious leaf. So that's going to be nice. Oh, huge, huh? So we are doing amazing indoor and out. Okay. Okie dokie. Should we cut off a few things? So that when Timmy comes back, everything is beautiful. Yes, you agree? You agree? Okay, let's do it. Let me get my scissors. Yeah, honestly, I just feel like at the moment we can't go wrong. Like at the moment, everything is just thriving. I think the biggest problem we're facing right now is actually too much sun. And I'm being pretty liberal with what I cut off because we have so many leaves, and so many leaves down here aren't really growing because there's so many other plants in the way. So I don't think I have to worry about it looking empty anytime soon. What do we do with the slug? Oh, no, I didn't want to touch it. The slug fell. Oh well, hang on. I think Timmy has some. Should we kill it? Oh, I feel bad killing it. I think he has some pellets. Let me put some pellets out. Sorry, snail. Well, she could have literally gone to any other garden and be fine, but not with us, yeah? Oh, I can't wait for some of these to find the fence. It's a bit broken over here, and I'm giving the syngonium underneath a little bit of... Bailey, we don't eat. Get it. Sit. Sit. Good girl. Mwah, 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 mwah. I'm giving the plants underneath a bit of room, a bit of light, because I've got the syngonium over here, and it wasn't getting much light because of this broken leaf. It's okay to not get much light for a beautiful leaf, but not for a broken one, right? I mean, this is also semi-broken, but that's okay. And I know Tim only recently did a big chop, like he already chopped off a lot of leaves. So I reckon, like whatever you see down here looks pretty intense right now, but I think Tim already cut twice as much off just over the last 2 or 3 weeks, because it's just replaces so quickly at the moment. This one's also a bit ugly. And sometimes more isn't more, you know. Sometimes I just did that in my garden as well. I cut off a whole lot of leaves in my garden because it was just getting too ugly and too full. And now that I cut off a lot of leaves, I can actually focus on, Bailey, I can actually focus on the ones that are left much better. I don't know if you can see me. Oof. Look, it's not a hot day, maybe 24 degrees or so. I'm still a sweaty mess, it's humid at the moment. So yeah, I'm super happy that it turned out so well with this garden, because honestly I wasn't too sure, but I remember when I first published the video, I copped quite a lot of hate for some of the decisions that we made, because obviously we got rid of a lot of greenery initially to then replace it with fencing and so on, but we had like a long-term vision. But yeah, people are like, why would you get rid of the beautiful trees or the beautiful bushes in the background? And it's like, well, because it was the same bush 75 times and it has no interest and it's just boring. So instead we created something that has a little bit more interest. It's obviously also more maintenance, but I think Tim talks to me about his garden every day, almost every day. He loves it. Like, it's honestly a big hobby for him, for me. Like, we love it, and it's still small, so it doesn't take too long to do work in here. But there's always something to do, always something to look at, always something new popping up, just something interesting. And I know Timmy loves sitting here and just looking at the garden. So I am really, really happy with how it all turned out. The fact that it actually worked out. The fact that I think we, I think we bought some of the Haloconias. What else did we buy? I think we bought the Bismarck palm. But some of them came as a rescue from the street, from like green waste cleanup, and majority came from my garden, and my garden is still packed. So I'm really happy that it all worked out the way that I was hoping it would work out, without having to really plan, if you know what I mean. I think it's looking good, huh? It's looking good, it's looking good. Maybe this one is looking a bit yucky. And we do have a few projects planned. We want to DIY a nice table. We want to DIY a what is it called? Water feature. Or like, we've got a few ideas on how to further improve the garden, but you know, one thing at a time. But I'm pretty happy with that. I think I chopped off everything I needed to chop off. I mean, can you see this? This is a lot. Alrighty, done. Bailey, Gelly, come here. Should we head to the park? Should we head to the park? Should we? Oh, that was the Christmas tree. Well, I think it's time to take the Christmas tree down anyway, and it's also time to wrap it up. I'm a bit sweaty, but I'm very happy with the work. I'm very happy with the garden and what it looks like right now, and I honestly can't wait to show you the garden in another couple of months time when it's finally the 1 year anniversary. And hopefully then my vision has come to full fruition, and hopefully then everybody, even in the comment section, agrees that the new garden looks a little bit better than the old one. But doesn't actually matter if everybody in the comment section agrees. Actually, it's a good thing if not everybody agrees, because tastes are very varied. If everybody would agree with the garden the way that it is, then it would probably be a bad sign. The fact that there are people that disagree is probably a good sign, because I also disagree with 90% of other people's tastes. So how could I expect everybody else to agree with mine? At the end of the day, the most important thing is that Tim likes it and he really loves the garden. Anyway, but it's time to wrap it up and maybe focus on Bailey for a little bit and take her to the park. Stay tuned for many projects to come in this garden as well as mine. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.